You see that kind of slow down, uh, but the consumption really remains quite strong, leading right up until it's just not.
Well, and that number's been leveling off this year. I wouldn't say it's declined, but it's leveling.
That's right.
Yeah.
So of course, Shiller ratio we look at, and the Shiller, the CAPE ratio, cyclically adjusted price earnings, looks at, really smooths out price earnings calculations over a 10-year period of time, and is a less volatile way of looking at the PE. And so it's certainly looking like, we're approaching the heights that we have seen back in the dot-com crash, basically, just prior to the dot-com crash of 99, 2000. So so that's kind of interesting to note. No surprise there. We know what's happening. This I thought was a very interesting chart showing the 10-year Treasury minus the 3-month Treasury. And when the 3-month yield accelerates lower, which we have been seeing so far this year, that actually happens. You see the 10-year yield, the yield spread actually begin to increase, which usually is, that's what we like to see. We like to see an upward sloping yield curve, but and we've talked a lot about this actually, which is, well, that can only happen a couple of different ways. The spread can only widen if your long rates are surging and going higher, or your short-term rates, which is how we've been positioned in our portfolios to benefit from that, are plummeting. And so when your short-term yields are plummeting, the values of those are going up. There's more demand for those, and that's what we're seeing happening here. And in looking back over the past basically quarter century, that is been that event happening precedes every recession. So
The spread
that
part.
this rounding off or acceleration downward of the 3-month yield,
Got it. So the
and
spread is
at the same time an increase in the spread. And so this dynamic is something that we have been tracking, and that we are, I think, a little overly obsessed with. So I was kind of encouraged to see someone else in the marketplace kind of capture this dynamic.